Hi everyone, Simon Keeling here. Sunday the 23rd of December. Well, it's very close, isn't it? Christmas only a couple of days away, and you're looking at a very annoyed Simon at the moment. I've recorded this video for you, did it absolutely beautifully, loads of information in there for you, and then my computer crashed. Don't you just hate it when that happens? So here we go again. Mind you, at least I've got the story clear in my mind now. Don't forget the sites get free of charge by the adverts you see around the screen. So it's when you come back and use the site and you use the adverts, that's what generates revenue that keeps us free of charge. Okay, first up for you today, the 7 to 10 day forecast means, and what you can see here is a trough coming off the eastern coast of the States, both on the ECMWF and on the GFS here, and this is valid from next Sunday through to Wednesday the 2nd of January. And you notice here we've got trough through the British Isles as well. Now what's interesting is it's this trough leaving the eastern coast of the States, because what will tend to happen is that trough will swing through. So we'll see it in here, we'll see it in here, and then we'll see it in here. And what it will do is, I think, is it will build the heights running ahead of it, pumping warm air north. That builds the heights. If that high can get far enough north, eventually what we find around the 10th of January is a high building somewhere up here, and then a resultant cool north or northeasterly wind. If it can't get that far north, the high is further south and we stay in a mild west or southwest flow. At the moment, if I've got to put a bet on it, I'd go probably for about a 60% chance of it turning colder around about the 10th of January. Now I'm not predicting an Arctic freeze here, I just think colder. I think a 40% chance of it staying, well, mild to kind of normal around about that date. I think what else we're going to find as well is that with the high building in, we're probably going dry. So I think there's a good 70% chance of conditions turning dry, which I know will please many of you. So we'll see how that particular forecast shapes up. Hints from the GFS ensemble is for a rather flat temperature profile, although tending to turn down a little bit, look here, just into the new year. And interesting that the ECMWF sees that same sort of pattern, that downturn in temperature as we get into the new year, which of course is what's been predicted for quite a while now. Jet stream stays to the south of us. This is the position as of 30th of December. Jet stream still down there, and looking at the radar picture for today, got this rain down to the south that's moving in now, rain moving away from Scotland, and it's what we've got to concern ourselves with overnight, because it looks as if we are going to find more rain moving in. This is the forecast radar, which you can get from WeatherWeb, of course. Two areas of rain to be watching out for. We've got the rain across the Northern Isles, we've got the rain across southern England as well, but then a third area comes in, which is this area out here towards the west. This is the position as of 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. You see most of central northern England and Scotland are dry, but in comes this rain from the south and from the west as well. And then through the course of the day tomorrow, it moves its way north and eastwards, brings a wet day for many of us before drying up from the west tomorrow evening. And so I think for those of you, oh, there we go, it's updating again. For those of you who are heading out to church for midnight mass tomorrow, probably what we're going to find is that for tomorrow evening you should find it's probably turned drier, although let's just get the midnight tomorrow chart. There we are. Although you see here this batch of heavy showers coming across Ireland and the west of Scotland, and probably staying wet as well down here in the far southeast, with more rain still across the northeastern parts of Scotland. But for many there, you'll see, if you're heading out to church late tomorrow for midnight mass, many areas becoming drier, although staying fairly mild. In terms of rainfall amounts, well, it looks as if we're going to be seeing probably somewhere around about the 20 to 30 millimetre mark within this zone across southern England. This is up till 9 o'clock on Christmas Day morning. Probably an additional 15 to 20 across the western parts of Wales. That's according to the Herland model. If we take a look at the NAE, not that one, is it that one? Yep, this is the one we want. The NAE, this is the high resolution Met Office model. Again, they've got similar figures down here. Look, they're in the 20 to 30 millimetre range as well, up till 9 o'clock in the morning on Christmas Day. And they've also got this feature down the Irish Sea as well, bringing in probably a further 20 millimetres to parts of Wales. So how does it all shape up? Well, this is the chart for today. We've got low pressure look up towards the north of Scotland. We've got a southwest westerly feed. This is the rain that's going to be moving in during the course of tonight, and you notice how that moves its way northeastwards through tonight into Christmas Eve as well, bringing wet weather across many parts during tomorrow. Eventually, as I said, that clears away. It leaves many places dry during Christmas night, but then look, what we find is this trough moving into the south of Ireland. This is what was bringing the heavy showers that we saw, and then they swing their way eastwards during the course of Christmas Day. And it may be that for many central parts of the UK, for southern areas of England, for Wales as well, it could be quite a damp day as well. Not ideal for that walk after Christmas lunch. Dry weather does follow from the west though during the course of the day, although you'll notice that throughout this far north of Scotland into the Shetland and Orkney Isles has stayed pretty damp. Still got this westerly flow coming through us during Boxing Day. May feel a little bit cooler. For most, a dry start to Boxing Day, although showers in the west, but then bang, in comes another area of rain, look, spreading its way eastwards with low pressure before clearing its way east on Thursday. That then gets followed by dry weather for Thursday, but then another area of rain coming in from the west during Thursday. So we stay with this unsettled theme, although then we see a subtle change take place right towards the end of the week. Look, notice that the low is up here across Scotland. Notice how the flow has gone more into the southwest. Now, what this is going to be doing is bringing in lots of low cloud, lots of moisture off the Atlantic. It means that western and southern coasts get choked up by low cloud and drizzle and fog, and the heavier rain probably goes towards northern and western Scotland. But for central and eastern England, it becomes drier, it becomes brighter as well, and possibly quite mild. And it looks as if it hangs on that way until the latter part of Saturday, when we see a breakthrough to more westerly winds again, although still unsettled. Weekend looks as if it's going to be windy, some severe storms crossing Scotland during next Sunday, and then into the new year, hints of some wetter weather trying to get its way back northeastwards again. But just talking about the wetter weather, let's just take a look at these charts. These are the 1 to 5 day predictions of rainfall, and I just want to show you that they hint at, well, yeah, we got 20 millimetres plus for the first 5 days running up to 6 AM on the 28th, so this is 6 AM on Friday. But then look how much drier it is in the second 10-day period across these more eastern and southern areas as the winds turn into the southwest, but wetter look across the west of Scotland. And then finally, for day 11 to 15, look, it's these western parts of Scotland that see most of this rainfall, but down to the south we've got less of it. 10 to 12, yep, still notable, but not that bad. So that's hinting at this dry weather coming through, although I know that for the farmers, actually many people waiting for frost at the moment in order to get some drilling done, but it's not looking, I can't actually see frost there particularly during the next couple of weeks. I think we've still got to wait for this period going up to the 10th of January for the possibility of things turning cooler. Okay, so hopefully that's recorded well. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget we're all kept free of charge by the adverts you see around the screen, and by you coming back, using the adverts, following us on Twitter, which is at Weather School, or Facebook by doing a search for Weather School. That's what keeps us all free of charge. Well, it's all starting to get a bit exciting out there now, isn't it? Only effectively another 24 hours or so to go. So if you hear sleigh bells in the night, whatever happens, keep your eyes tight shut, because you never know, you might be doing a practice run. Okay, thanks again for watching. Keep the sun shining. Bye for now.